Page 16. So what shape is whoa, what shape is this again? Rectangular prism. So let's find the volume of a rectangular prism. Looking at our handy formula sheet, volume of a rectangular prism is? What's the formula? Brian, can you help us find the formula for a rectangular prism? Okay, so rectangular prism, this one, and I'm looking for volume. So, right, okay. On this formula sheet, you'll see a whole bunch of other gibberish stuff. So what I would suggest is just take the last line. The previous lines are just telling you how they got to that answer. So you can just take the last line, last line, last line, like that. Okay. So these ones right here is just telling you how they came up with the formula. Okay, so for rectangular prism, then it's just length times width times height. Length times width times height. What I usually like to do is I like to label. So I'm gonna call this length. I'm gonna call this my height. I'm gonna call this my width. So that when I substitute, it's nice and easy. So 18 times 4 times 5. And I get, Betsy? 360. What is my unit? Meters cubed. Good job. Okay. Now surface area. So surface area, I'm going to look at my formula sheet again and look for the formula. So now, Brian, can you tell me the formula for surface area of a rectangular prism? Yep, all that. Good. Okay. Remember, I'm giving you a formula sheet. That's all I could do. So it's up to you to write the right formula. Do you have to write down the formula? No, but it does save you from careless mistakes. Okay. So then 2 and then bracket. This is why it's nice to label it so you know exactly what to sub in. So 4 times 5 plus 18 times 4 plus 18 times 5. Okay. And notice you have 2 of every number, and that's because you have 2 of every side. Okay. And then so BedMass tells me to do the bracket first. So 20 plus 18 times 4 plus 18 times 5 times 2. Betsy, what did you get? Did you times it by 2? Oh, not yet. Okay, yeah. So times it by 2, don't forget. So you get 364. And what is my unit? Meter square. Right. Don't forget, if you have the wrong unit, it is half a mark up. Okay. Question? Okay. Ivan, what shape is this? Can you tell me the formula for volume of a cylinder?
Volume?
Yep.
V equals anything highlight.
And but the actual
Pi r squared.
right, pi r squared h. Okay. Pi r squared. Doesn't that sound familiar? What is that? Pi r squared. What is pi r squared again, Margaret? Area of the circle, right? So see, area of the circle, if you times it by the height, that gives you the volume. Okay. So 3.14 times radius. In this case, I am given the radius, so it's just 4 square times 6. Okay. Uh, somebody with a calculator. Okay, so I see Hannah is trying it. Yep. 75 for 36. And your unit? Centimeters. Okay, perfect. Okay, is that what everyone got? Oh, Jasmine says maybe not. I'm trusting you guys because I didn't try it on my calculator either. Oh, wait. Because so what mistake did you make? Yeah, so make sure you're given the formula. So yeah, let's make sure we follow it because otherwise these are silly mistakes. So 301.44. What's that to round it to one decimal place? Yeah, so 301.4. Okay. Most of the time, I'm gonna ask you guys to round it to one decimal place. Okay, surface area. Surface area of the cylinder. Let's see, Titus, can you tell me the formula for surface area of a cylinder? Okay, you can look at your formula sheet on page 4. Okay, so surface area, cylinder.
A base equals pi R2.
Right, okay, so just like I was saying, you want to just take the last line of the formula sheet.
Oh,
So which is
equals 2 pi R 2 plus 2 pi R.
perfect. Okay. Again, pi r squared. As Margaret just said, that is the area of a circle. So 2 pi r squared is actually the top and the bottom circle. And then this 2 pi rh is this the lateral surface on the sides. Okay. So we were just saying earlier, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. So I was just saying earlier, if I don't want to paint the bottom of my thermal, right, how would this formula change? Sophia? Divide by 2 for the first part of the equation. Or just simply, instead of 2 pi r squared, yeah, get rid of that too and just do pi r squared. Now, what if I don't want to paint my lid, sorry, the top of my lid and the bottom? Yeah. Yeah, so ignore all the circles then. That means it's only that. Okay, so on EQAO, they do ask you these where they don't just ask you what is the volume or surface area of a cylinder. They'll make it difficult by saying, I don't want this, I don't want that, I want this instead. No, it's this exact same sheet that you'll get. So that's why I gave you this exact same thing so that you don't see you see the same thing, you don't no surprise. Okay, so pi radius is 4, don't forget the square, and then 2 pi radius is 4, height is 6. Okay, who trusts their calculator skills? Okay, Jasmine is confident that she didn't punch in any numbers wrong. Okay, okay, so Jasmine, what did you get? Wait, okay. Farhan, what did you get? You agree? Okay, what was it again? 200. Okay. So on the test, as I said, I don't mind if you do 3.14 or you use pi. I'll take both. So I think, okay, so if you use 3.14, you got 0.2. Okay, and then your unit, centimeters square. Okay, so on the test, if you see prism and cylinder, those are your friend. Those are the easy ones. Which ones are the harder one? This one. Okay, so you'll see in a second why it's harder. Anyway, volume is always the easier one. Volume of, what is this called? Triangular prism, right. What's the difference between a prism and a pyramid? Yeah.
Has two bases.
Okay, sure. And what about pyramid? What's the characteristic of a pyramid? So compare these two shapes. What's the main difference between them? Yeah, point. Yeah, a pyramid has a vertex. Okay. So don't mix up these two. So volume of a triangular base prism is half base times length times height, or base times length times height divided by 2. These two are both the same. Doesn't matter which one do you use. I like to use this one more, base times length times height divided by 2. But that's just me. But it's the same. Okay, so base, uh, when when you look at something like this, what shape is repeating? What's your base shape? So it's because some people sometimes have problems with these type of questions, especially if we add a twist to it. So what's your base shape right here? Is a triangular prism, so your base shape is Soyun. So this is a triangular prism. So what's your base shape? Not the rectangle, but the triangle, right? So this triangle is your base. Okay, just like in a cylinder, your base is the circle, and you're repeating the circle 6 centimeters time. This is your triangle, you're repeating it 10 centimeters time. So that means your base is the 8, your length is actually the 10, and the h is the 6. Okay, so 8 times 10 times 6 divided by 2. Angelina, what did you get? 8 times 10 times 6 divided by 2. Is it? Okay, good. Woo! So, and then my unit, centimeter cube. Okay, so volume is always the easy one. Surface area. Okay, looking at this. Okay, I hate this formula because it's so confusing. Notice here, they called this H and they called this L instead, and then they're using A and C. I don't know what they're talking about. So usually, I don't use this one because it's just too confusing. Surface area is calculating the area of each of the sides. So if I can calculate each of the sides and then add it up together, I'll get the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 surfaces. Okay. So let's do, for example, this triangle first. Okay. So this front triangle, base times, here for the triangle, base times height divided by 2. Alright, so base is 8, height is 6, divided by 2. Okay, so 48 divided by 2, 24 centimeters square. So I got the triangle. How many of these triangles do I have? 2. So I times it by 2, 48 centimeters square. Then I just did the 2 triangles. Okay. Now the side. Okay, what shape is that? Rectangle, yeah. So actually I shouldn't write SA, I should just write area of the triangle, area of the rectangle. So it's just length times width. So 10 times, hmm, 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 what's wrong right here? Okay, so this is the dimension of my rectangle. I know that my length is 10, but do I know my width? No. So how can I find my width? Yancy, any idea how I can find the length of this? Okay, Hannah, what's your idea? Okay, so it's not 8 because this is not an equilateral triangle. Alright, Sophia hand was up first. Yeah, Pythagorean theorem. Right, this diagonal right here is actually, I can use Pythagorean theorem. So with this unit, any unknown, 99% of the time you have to do Pythagorean theorem. Okay, now, but remember on Thursday when we did Pythagorean theorem, Sender, we said Pythagorean theorem can only be used on what shape? Which type? Right triangle. Does this look like a right angle triangle? No. So what do? We make it a right angle triangle. It doesn't look like it, but well, all the ones that we do, we'll say it's just proportional. Okay. Yeah. So this is a right angle triangle. So this is 6, but what is this? Fred. 4. That's right. This is the tricky part. Right? So don't get tricked, don't get tricked, don't get tricked. This is as hard as it will get in the whole test. Okay, if I don't give you a dimension, that means you have to make a right angle triangle to do Pythagorean theorem. It's always half the base. So if this is 8, that means this is 4 only because I want the right angle triangle. 4, 6, and then we have to figure out what this is. So do Pythagorean theorem. 4, 6. Okay. Am I adding or subtracting? Adding. Yeah. So remember we said just do it the easy way. The square root, 6 squared plus 4 squared. 6 times 6 plus 4 times 4. Square root that. Answer 7.2. All right. Does 7.2 sound about right? Yeah. Looks pretty proportional to me. If this is 8, this is 10, 7.2 makes sense. If I get something like 70, I know I did something wrong. Okay. So there we go. We found the last piece of puzzle. So I get 72 centimeters square. Okay, how many of these rectangles do I have? 2 of them, this side and that side. So times it by 2. 72 times 2, 288. Okay, what's my last thing? What's the last part? There's 5 sides to this triangular prism. What's my last side? The bottom. And what shape is the bottom? Yeah, it's a rectangle. Okay, and what is the dimension of the bottom? Margaret? Yeah, 8 by 10. So I get 80. Okay, and now final step is just add them all up together. So I have the 5 sides, 80 plus 48 plus 288. I get final answer surface area equals 416 centimeter square. Right? Yes, surface area takes a long time. It's the it's not hard, but it's lengthy. Right? If you see a question like this on the test, do you think, oh, did I make a mistake? 72 times 2 is like oh yeah. 72 times 2 is 144. Where did I get the thing from? Oops. Thank you, Bessie. So this is actually 144. Let me add it again. 144 plus 48 plus 80, 272. That sounds better. Right? So if you see this question on the test, how many of you think you can do it? Okay. So you see, the math itself is not hard. It's just you have to make sure you know which side you are doing. We have a clear mind that, okay, I have two triangles, I have two rectangles, and one more rectangle on the bottom, and then do that. So your homework is just page 17 and 18. Okay, try it out. You can skip some of these if you want, but it will help you to do tomorrow's. Tomorrow is building on this. Okay, surface area and volume of composite figures. So we did composite figure of 2D shapes. Now we apply it to 3D shapes. Okay, so try 17, 18, and then that's it. And then we can do review. And then it's already reviewed. After that. Okay, so if you take a look at Brightspace, I actually posted something. Now, what did I post? Test on Thursday. Which Thursday? This Thursday. Yeah, because the last couple of lessons, it's basically review of grade 7 and 8 stuff. Alright, so the only new thing is the composite figure of the 3D. Okay, so multiple choice section on the computer, and then full solution part, just like something like what we did right now on paper. Okay, so I will write that down. 17, 18. So page 17, 18. That's Thursday. Okay.